Hi everyone. So pleased to be taking part of the Toronto Palestine Film Festival. I'm gonna be cooking today a very traditional Palestinian dish called msakhan or musakhan. It's a roasted chicken with lots of sumac, caramelized onion, served on a taboon, which is a flat bread with buttered pine nuts and lots of Palestinian olive oil. The recipe is from my cookbook Palestine, written by me and my friend Tara Wigley. The book is out in Canada on the 16th of June, but of course you can pre-order it from now on Indigo and Amazon and all local bookshops. So the recipe is here in the book. It's the idea behind the whole kind of bread under the roasted chicken is like, it's a kind of sharing dish. It's you tear the bread with all the juices, with all the spices and the nuts and pieces of the chicken, and you kind of almost like have a bite-sized bits, or you can just roll it into the bread into like a kind of almost like a wrap or a sandwich and eat it. I'm just gonna go over all the ingredients with you quickly before I start cooking. What I have here, a chicken, of course. It's a whole chicken that I cut into 4 pieces, so 2 legs and 2 breasts with the wing on. Of course, you can choose to keep the wings and the skin or remove it, but it's really full of flavor, so it's better to do it with the skin on. I have red onions that I thinly sliced. In here I have ground cumin, ground allspice, or pimento it's called, ground cinnamon, lots of Palestinian sumac. This is kind of the other important element or ingredients in this dish. Some pine nuts, chopped parsley, lots of olive oil, taboon bread or flat bread or naan bread, whatever you have. So the first step here is to add a bit of olive oil to the chicken. All the allspice, half of the cumin, and all the cinnamon. The other half of the cumin goes into the onion later. Need quite a lot of black pepper and salt. Just a matter of mixing everything with the spices and the olive oil so you get all the flavors around the chicken, like this. And this dish doesn't need to marinate. I can just cook it straight ahead in the oven or roast it. But if you kind of don't have the time, you can prepare it in advance, cover it, leave it in the fridge, and it's ready to roast. So the next step is just adding a bit of olive oil into a pan and add the pine nuts. And you should just keep an eye on them. They can't be left alone because once the pan is hot, they will cook really, really quickly. You can see now how quickly they start turning to golden color. I have a small plate here with a bit of kitchen paper, and what I'm gonna do now is just take it off the heat and remove the pine nuts from the pan into the kitchen towel. So in the same pan, I'm adding a bit more olive oil and onions. And a good amount of salt. after 15 minutes how the onions are quite soft and cooked, but not so much caramelized. I'm gonna add now the remaining cumin and most of the sumac. I'm just gonna keep a bit of the sumac for the garnish or to sprinkle on top. And let's give it a good stir. And I wish you could smell this. It smells delicious. Now we have all the elements for the dish. I'll show you how to assemble it. You can actually leave the bread whole, but I just found that if you just tear it into kind of quarters like this and arrange kind of like that, and then the onion goes on top of the bread, and you want to kind of spread it a bit. Like so. And then the roasted chicken goes on top of the bread. You can also cut each piece into smaller pieces if you want to kind of serve it in a barbecue where people don't really have the ability to hold the whole piece of chicken like that. More of the red onions. Like this. And then the fried pine nuts, chopped parsley, and finally a bit more of the sumac. And here you have it. Thank you very much.